Welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Join hosts Dan Melnick and Qasim Masood as they explore big ideas, limitless possibilities, and engage with visionaries, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders who dare to dream big, get inspired, motivated, and find practical tips for personal growth. Think big, dream bigger, and ignite your potential.
All right, so I'm Dan Melnick, and I have Alex here and Umair from our team. And Alex, first of all, if you could just tell me where you live and what you do for a living.
So I live in North Jersey, and I apparently now I build apps for a living. This is recent. I think it's been like 3 to 4 years I've been with you guys. So it's been a crazy change in my life, and I had not done this at all before meeting you guys. So it's I guess a hand of chance, and I was very blessed to have that happen.
Awesome. So can you just tell me like what you did before in your career and really how you came about to do kind of what you're doing now?
Sure. So I was actually a physical therapist assistant. So that's what I went to school for. That was my profession. During this time, I was reselling luxury shoes and accessories for about, I think, 10 years. So what started as a hobby ended up being full time. So I ended up quitting physical therapy, and I was just flipping shoes full time. And then stuff kind of hit the fan when my socials blocked me out and kind of just shut down my whole business, which is a very common occurrence now. And I was kind of in a rut. I didn't know what to do. Had a family. I didn't make any money. So I went on Fiverr. I was like, you know what? Let me figure something out. Let me try to meet somebody. And I've always been the entrepreneurial type. So I always, try to figure it out. And I did go when I was reselling, I did about probably 600, 700,000 in revenue a year to zero. So it was a huge change. And I was, it was a really sad day and a really bad time in my life. So I had to figure something out. So what I was thinking is, how do I make something bigger? How do I own my own business? How do I control everything? And, I thought of, let's build an app. So the app that's actually working in my favor is not the original app that I was working on. The original app I was working on, I'm still working on 4 years later. But luckily, you guys took over, so hopefully that will change things. But yeah, it's kind of how I got here. And from there, the rest is history. Now, Umair is like my best friend, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So obviously on Fiverr, there's like a lot of different people on there. So like what made you want to choose to work with Umair as opposed to like somebody else and they took in the very beginning?
Honestly, I think it was just randomized. I'm going to be totally honest with you. Of course, you had good reviews at that point when you were on Fiverr. So I did look at that, but I was just shooting my shot. I just said, you know what, let's just figure it out. And, we clicked pretty much right away. I kind of can tell. I have a good way of telling a good human from a bad human, and good intention and not good intention, and the way that we communicated, it was pretty good right off the bat. And I guess I trusted him because I gave him all my personal information, like, how do I get into this, how do I get into that, and I still give you guys everything. So it's obviously been like 4 years now, so you've proven over and over again that you do deliver. And everyone says, well, developers from overseas, sometimes they'll build you a card house and a house of cards, and I'm just like, no, you don't know my guys. So like, they actually do it the right way. And I think that I will be your greatest story. And when that does happen, I feel like you will be able to handle, even if I need to hire your entire team, you'll be able to handle it. So I'm not even thinking about, well, maybe I should move to, a developer in the States. And I don't think it's much better. I actually think it's a lot worse because there is not that one-to-one that you guys offer me. So that's basically it. And how I found you on Fiverr, no idea. It's all chance. It's just how it is.
Yeah. Dan, what the best part was, like, when that was the best decision Alex ever made to, get connected with me in the Fiverr.
Yeah.
So when we started the Fiverr, I was doing the Fiverr, and then, suddenly our Fiverr gets, banned, some sort of anything like that. And the best part was, like, I was able to get in touch on the personal contact information with Alex. So from there, we started the journey. Like, as Alex, it's been 4 years now, and I think we've been working on like 4 of the products at the moment.
Yep, exactly. There are four products, and this one that's actually doing the best was a pet project. So it's, funny how
Exactly.
things work like that. It just woke up one day, thought of it, made it happen, and you never there's no risk, there's no reward if there's no risk. So you
And
just don't know what will happen. You don't know where you'll find that gold, and I found it here. So, and usually, when someone messages me and say, "Hey, I got banned off Fiverr, can we figure something out?" It's like supposed to be a red flag. I mean, like, why did you get banned
Mhm.
off Fiverr? But I just said, you know what? Let's like screw it. Let me just send you funds, however it is. I don't care. Just make it happen. And I haven't been scammed to this day. So I just feel very
the best part,
fortunate.
exactly. The best part was like Alex loved to chat. Seriously, like he wants to clear each and every little tiny details of the project. And when we started the Authentic Detective, like firstly it was my legit check, right, Alex?
Yep. Completely
And
different
then
project
we
for him.
shifted, yeah, and then we shifted to Authentic Detective, and till day Authentic Detective is a success.
Yeah.
And the best part was like we discussed around a week or two just to decide we are going to do this or not.
It's
Like
all
the
it
main
takes.
idea was completely different, and then we completely shifted to a new idea while
Yes.
discussing.
It's basically I mean, Umair knows I will change my mind 100 times. So if I wait until I really figure out what I want to do, I just will never do it. So you really have to, I mean, this goes to any entrepreneur. You just have to do it and then figure it out. They're building a business for me right now that I don't even know the name of. So I just gave them like a plug-in domain. I just said, just build it on here and I'll figure it out like the day before I launch what it's going to be called because it doesn't matter what it's called. It's not about the name. There's billion-dollar businesses with the shittiest names out there. So that's just irrelevant. It's all about the idea. It's all about the execution. And honestly, it's about you guys, getting shit done and making it happen. And you have, you do it. I mean, I talked to this guy literally all day and his team
Yeah,
all day. I don't know if it's a hate or love relationship. I'll take it as a love, but I probably annoy them all the time. I literally at all hours of night and Umair, it could be 4 in the
I'm
morning,
available 24/7.
literally 3 in the morning, and I'll do the math. I'm like, it's 7 p.m. here. Like, what time is it out there? It must be like in the middle of the night. Nope, he's there. He's always there. So that is probably the reason that I'm still with you guys, honestly. Because that one-to-one, I don't have experience with other developers. I have no idea how they are, but I did like a website before I met you guys. This was like 6, 7 years ago. I had some big company do it for me. I mean, it took them like 6 months, and I maybe spoke to them once or twice via email. It was just horrible. I was definitely just another number. I was a low budget, so they probably didn't give a shit, to be honest. So that's what I take it as. But I came to America with a small project, and he took a chance, and you literally never know. And now I have multiple projects, and there are probably going to be 10 more before I'm done with them. So it's just like they took a chance, and you gotta really respect everybody, and you have to understand that everyone starts somewhere. So even if it's the smallest idea, even if it's just a quote, you gotta do it because you just never know where it's gonna go. And they actually, they did it. So
For
it's
sure.
it,
So I'm
it happened.
curious, like in terms of if you can maybe quantify like what results you actually achieve, like working with the mayor and like how did it like improve your life and your business?
Well, I started making money, so I feed my family. It's hard to say what was before because it was a completely different business. I had a completely different life, so it's very difficult to say, "Hey, I was at X before I met you guys, and now I'm at Y," because I was at zero before I met you guys, and now I'm at XY. So, I mean, we just did a price increase. So by next year, we should be at 1 million in revenue just from the certificates of one business. And we plan to build many other, it's a dynamic fashion forum. So we plan to build other features that should, just skyrocket the revenue projected, of course. I could wake up tomorrow and it's nothing. So who knows? But, you always got to think positive, and that's just kind of the way it is. But right now, I mean, the first year, if you want numbers, I think it was 135 in revenue last year. That was the first year that we launched, was a 135. This year, without the price increase, we were projected at around 300, but with the price increase, really, who knows? Hopefully 5 and over. But yeah, I mean, the numbers are looking good. Everything works. So it just has to work. It doesn't matter, the numbers will work at some point. the foundation is what has to work to make the numbers work. So, we had a kind of an SOS last week, and it was like literally the middle of the night. And, I had three guys, literally my iOS, the back end, Umair, four guys, I guess, and the web developer, and they all made it work. And it was like 2 in the morning on a Saturday. So it's these little things really, it's priceless. You can't buy it. So it's. I mean, I guess you can buy your own developer team and make them work all night, but I mean, I don't spend that much with these guys, and they really, they step up. There's no doubt about it, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat things. It is what it is, and they do well. So I got
For
nothing else
sure.
to say about that.
So in what area do you feel like that you get the most value of working with Umair?
I definitely value the one-to-one texts. Like I don't do emails. I have a partner who's working on another project with me that they're working on too. He does emails, and I mean, I cannot stand it. He's very old school developer. He's good, but he just does emails. So I'm just like, I mean, by the time you answer me, I'm gonna have 10 other ideas. So even with Umair, I'll text him, and then 10 minutes later, I'll be like, never mind, or actually this. So with emails, I would send them probably a 150 email thread, and then it would just get all lost. But that's really I mean, there's nothing better than that. I know it's annoying, and probably if you have 10 of me, you would just implode and quit your job. But it's just what it is. That's what does it for me.
Yeah. So this is what I was like, how likely are you to recommend the Zing? And why should someone listening act right now?
Mayor. That's all I got to say. It's like, I mean, unless you have more of you that will do the same thing, but you need that one of one. You need that communication. Without communication, it's like a relationship. I mean, you don't communicate. It fails. So if you tell me, yeah, just send me an email, and then I wait a week for you to respond, or even a day, I mean, I don't sleep. So I just kind of think all night. I just like ideas come and go, come and go. It's an ebb and flow kind of thing. So when I have an idea, I'll just text it. And then if it sucks, I'm like, what, never mind. Or and then he'll be like, wait, this doesn't work. So that's also what I like about you guys is you kind of tell me if something sucks, if an idea won't work, or if an aspect doesn't work, you won't just do it. You'll be like, well, like my other developers that I had that I transferred this whole entire app to you guys. They would just do the dumbest things. I mean, they would like, I thought of these ideas, yeah, but they would just do them, and they just ended up being so stupid, and it made no sense. It's like, I thought of it, sure, but just tell me like it's a bad idea. Otherwise, you're gonna have to rework everything. And I spent, God knows how much on this for the past.
Alex, there's one thing, like as a Zen, me, Dan, we all are basically the growth partners. We want you to grow. So
Right.
if there is something you want to spend on and that is not going to be beneficial for you, yeah, we are not just the developers for you.
Yeah,
We basically love your
my
vision.
only
We would
friends.
love you to grow. That's why. That's
Yeah.
why there are many times like Daniel. Alex told me like, I want to do like these things in the system, and I was like, Alex, forget it. This is not going to work the job. Please
Sure.
don't do it. Spend something on else. Spend on something else.
Sure. And that goes a long way because it saves me money, and then it allows me to grow, and then it allows you guys to charge more monthly because I'm doing more volume, and it takes more work for you guys. So it only makes sense. But if you drain my money, I'm gonna be broke, and I'm bootstrapping I mean, I tell Omer all the time, this guy's great. He knows all about me. I'm broke. Like I'm bootstrapping everything. So I have no investors, and I have nothing, and I have 4 businesses. So it's a lot. So they make it work, and they help me save money, which in turns makes my business grow, and then it makes your company grow because, hey, this business is doing well. Let me move on to a new one, and then I'll give it to you as well. So it all works out. I mean, if you're draining my money, it's a zero benefit to you guys.
Yeah, exactly. Just to like, Umair's point that we build our company on honesty and transparency. We don't want to just build anything for anybody. It has to make sense, and it has to work, and it has to be something that you could actually achieve. And, as opposed to just saying, oh yeah, I can do anything. It's like, no, it's like if we can't do it, then it doesn't make any sense to actually go and build that.
Right. We don't know best. That's the thing. It's you guys are the ones that see it on the back end. You know how it functions. I don't know shit. I just have a vision, and I know what the end result is going to be, but how to get there, the steps, that's honestly on you guys because I don't know. I mean, I'm not a developer. I don't know the first thing about code. I just have a vision in my head. I'm a creator. I'm like a founder. I'm not even a CEO. I will hire a CEO. I just kind of create the product, and that this is what it's going to be. How much is this going to be in 20 years? It's going to be $1 billion company. How do I get to this company to be that much? Who do I have to hire? It's all about hiring a good team. That's literally all it is. I mean, you think Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk, I mean, they are smart, sure, but their team is smarter than them. I can guarantee it. They have a smarter team. I mean, you look at Mark Zuckerberg's videos, the guy is just like, he had a great idea in high school and or college, whatever, and that's it. But it's the developers, it's the team behind it, not the investors, but the actual people that make things happen. And you guys are the ones who make this happen. So, I mean, without you guys, if I had dumb developers, then my company, I could guarantee you will not be anywhere near where I want it to be. So that's really important.
Awesome. Well, Alex, I don't have anything else. Amir, I don't think has any more questions. So thank you so much for your time, and thank you for joining us today.